Welcome to Wicked Shizuku's Reviews, bringing you a southern perspective on books, movies, music, and much, much more. Stick around for a while, you just might hear something wicked. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Wicked Shizuku's Reviews, and this one's a little different, as it's going to be a little bit of original work today. So, I shall take you on a journey with me today. And it shall be funny indeed. From Mother to Monsters. Septime Parte. Part 7. Not many people remember, but Dinesh D'Souza reported on President Barack Obama's alleged affairs in the documentary Obama 2008. This always reminds me of the meme Pepperidge Farm remembers. It's one of the reasons why those on the left have criticized Reaganite Republicans. I felt politically adrift since a professor insulted me for questioning D'Souza's work. When I first joined Twitter, I had little knowledge of how the government works, and someone insulted me for asking a question, so I'm hesitant to engage if someone becomes, or if it becomes a toxic echo chamber. The right seems disinterested in reading books unless they're adapted into movies or Netflix series. I often find myself a decade ahead of popular culture. It seems uninteresting to me. I've already read the books, and most times Hollywood distorts the author's original message. I'm not a fan of journalism because it involves using a phone and talking to people, and I struggle with social interactions. I tend to come off as judgmental and unfriendly, so I prefer to focus on my family and cats. I don't drink alcohol, so there's no reason for me to go to bars. My ears can't handle heavy metal concerts, and even the grocery store overwhelms me with its abundance of choices. It's a reflection of how our world, while wonderful, is becoming polluted. Questions arise, like why there was alcohol in Nancy Pelosi's office or why alcohol is served in Congress. It seems that politicians aren't held to the same standards as blue-collar workers, who have to undergo drug tests for employment. Why do we keep sending them there? Perhaps there are better candidates in our communities. Why isn't the lady who gossips about everyone in the local school district on the county school board? Where are the football coaches speaking out against Title IX violations in elementary schools? Hasn't anyone seen the movie Dogma with Jay and Silent Bob? It's reminiscent of the tactics used by the smoking industry to target the young. George Carlin would have something to say about it. If you start following Benny Johnson on Twitter, he's been covering the Obama scandal, Joe Biden, and Hunter's activities in his 45-minute daily podcast. It can be exhausting to keep up with. There are too many influencers, and I find it overwhelming. It's like the Truman Show. I don't understand why people didn't recognize the threat of the committee system back in the 1980s. The stranglehold of career politicians in power for so many years has put our country at risk. The need for reform should have been evident when political science became a college major. Media moguls and special interests have devalued the dollar. It's disheartening, as Oliver Anthony's new song suggests. It's a damn shame. For years, I've envisioned crumbling cities, but I struggle to broadcast my thoughts. Writing is much easier. There's so much to write about, but it's hard to know where to start. There's the looming threat of China and India cutting off medication supplies to the United States, while ammunition is in short supply due to an executive order. The Chinese are rapidly expanding their solar manufacturing through deals with the administration. Remember when Trump signed an executive order for flu vaccinations? There's so much to read that it would require teams of people to dissect the paperwork. Imagine if everyone took a week to disconnect from magazines and television. What if people took the time to clean up their own lives, as Dr. Jordan B. Peterson suggests? Why did mainstream media, Apple, and Google ban Alex Jones? The network's actions are perplexing. Who is Sidney Powell's Kraken witness? The house of cards appears to be teetering, and in my dreams, the walls are closing in on these people. There are numerous influencers, but I've never met any of them in real life. I don't know them from Adam or Eve. They came into my algorithm through a few searches, and I've been quietly observing without commenting. My brain is overflowing from consuming so much information. Why should I continue to invest my interest and energy when it seems people don't want to embrace common sense? While farmers are struggling despite the government subsidies and tax breaks initiated by Donald Trump. He also worked with bipartisan support from Bernie Sanders to improve veterans affairs. Many places were thriving just 2 years ago, and now they're withering away, strangled before they had a chance to flourish. Old men who don't represent my generation or values have played a part in this. Who will be the next scandal? Has anyone questioned the woman who orchestrated the Shadowgate circus? What about the podcaster who co-hosted with her, and the veterans who were impacted? When did all of this start? There are various paths, but the patterns suggest a common theme. The devils seem to be running amok, while the angels have yet to reveal themselves. Where are they? Oh, where are they? Where are they? The world appears to be resembling Scott Westerville's Extras, where one must earn money through social credit scores and clicks. How did Westerfield foresee this unless he was privy to it? It's a book available at the local middle schools and has influenced young minds over the past 15 years, shaping their thought patterns. We must resist such a system. I've been pondering that Bill Gates is akin to Iago from Othello. The rivalry between Zuckerberg and Elon Musk seems absurd, especially the distraction it creates. Mark Zuckerberg's jiu-jitsu skills don't make me very confident that Elon Musk would win a fair fight. It all appears quite surreal. When negotiating with cats, it's important to give them what they want to ensure successful negotiations. That's the end of the negotiations, if you want them to go smoothly. And that was a Wicked Shizuku's review from Mothers to Monsters, Part 7. And I shall continue with Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year for all you pretties out there. The times we should be thankful for, and bringing back things from the past. Thought webs. I'll walk you through every one. It's the few days a year I don't devote my attention to the news or the world politics. Now with upgraded video players, my time has been made better with features that weren't available too long ago. If I only had this feature on my Roku, I'd probably never get any sleep. I'm very grateful this year that my health was on the mend, but my mind hasn't been able to keep up with the changes it brought along. When you drop some conspiracy knowledge on a friend, and their only reply is, if it's true, it would be on the news. Me. Try family with nurses. You see, the crazy fucker above has quite a few things that I think that are off. Firstly, the poles of the sun will shift before the ones on the earth do. NASA predicted that it would occur in 2025, though have moved the date up a few months. When those poles shift, ours will start to. It's an issue of magnetism. Also, there's the issue that the EMF and EMPs will get stronger as this occurs, and then the sun will dim. So what does that mean, everyone? Say it with me. There will be less sun. This is why we must figure out who's calling the shot in the geoengineering fields. Stop blocking the sun. Planting was terrible this year. 2 warnings I came across is a pesticide that makes the soil barren, is manure from any animal that has ingested grazon being sprayed on hay. Another is that fruit trees cannot grow if there are cedar trees within 2 football fields radius of the area because of root rot in the fruit trees. This is lower Appalachia, everyone. Just a friendly reminder, if your soil is low on nitrogen, then you can use chicken poo to fix it. Fix this for those venturing into corn and wheat production. Tomatoes, though, need the added potassium and phosphorus. This is easily fixed through the application of banana peels, used coffee grounds, and pure wood ash from the fireplace. This makes me wonder what it was like in the Library of Alexandria that was so important, but is now lost due to human zealotry for conquest and secrecy. The entirety of the world at war with itself on every front is heartbreakingly tragic, and only breeds more fear, tears, and blood dashed into dust. I only pray that the waste of potential stops. I take no side whether the argument stems from religion, corruption, or conquest. Humans are killing humans. God and any of the big 3 dogmas are supposed to follow the rule of Exodus 20:13. Thou shalt not kill or murder. Let's just fucking start with that, shall we? It's time for every side to pause, audit, regroup, and recoup their losses. I want that report on the Oxford comma by Sunday. That would be great. Yeah. Right now. I've been on a real big movie kick lately. And I just don't have the morale to read unless it's reading aloud for my YouTube channel. AKA for my mom and dad. Thus, I'm not able to bring you any normal book reviews for the time being. That's right, I'm depressed again. And I hate the whole movie experience of going to the mall to see a film. I've hated losing time when I could be keeping an eye on what's being written by pundits or the political science books. I also hate the price that comes with going out while the movies are slow and it's freezing while I'm a sucker for coffee, which is not offered in the concession stands. During the past month and a half, I moved movies in my free YouTube watch later list to the top of the queue and let them play. When I got sick of the current narrative, I started turning the playback speed to 2 times the speed, and I went completely blind. I'd never seen them before, but might have recognized an actor or something else without reading a synopsis, and didn't know what movie was going to be next. In 4 days, I was able to watch 29 movies. So, that's all you get for right now. But if you go to the Substack, you will see that you get a little bit more, and we will also be going over in the upcoming, we are going to have new templates for episodes 61 going forward. I've been working pretty diligently for everybody. Also, there is going to be a new Rumble channel as well. So those will all start being uploaded by the week, and by the time you catch up to this episode, you will be seeing 61 and on. So you'll also be getting movie reviews coming up. But a small sneak peek is a new camera. And you'll be able to see the kitties in the chair. And I also have images for the wreaths. So that's what I got up to this holiday season. And so that's what's been going on lately. I've had a lot more time to clean the house since Teddy hasn't been around, and that's been a little hard. We've been going through the episodes and uploading those to Rumble. So you'll be able to find that over on Wicked Shizuku's reviews on Rumble. And the next upcoming week will be week 13. And so I hope you have a great evening. Love everyone. Good night. So I hope you have a great evening.